there's an uprising happening in China right now.
Photo triggered a protest and clash between delivery drivers and police in Hangzhou City in China. A security guard turned the ignition off the scooter of this delivery person, fined the person $30, and forced them to get on their knees. So far, it's very unclear if that person is a woman or a man.
He didn't force her as a woman. He didn't force her to get on her knees. She moved a fence to enter the compound. And then they said, oh, you cannot enter from here. Now we have to fine you. And then she went on her knees to beg, like, please don't fine me. And then I'm just giving the context because I'm Philip, a Brazilian living in China, and I follow this news directly from here.
But the evolving story so far is that it is a female college student who does delivery on the side, and she had accidentally broken a barrier on the way out of the community living this residential area, and the security guard stopped her. Now, a large number of delivery men dressed in yellow and blue vests and their corresponding colored helmets came out to support her and to protest, screaming, apologize, apologize, apologize.
Those are two different companies. The yellow one is called Meituan, and the blue one is called Ele.me. And see, yes, it is allowed to protest in China.
Now, these are people from two different delivery apps. One is called Meituan, which is the yellow, and the other is called Ele.me, which is in blue, or the translation is literally, are you hungry? And this led to the clash with police, who later arrived to essentially suppress the protesters in case it gets out of hand for the government.
They're not, no, they're not suppressing anything, right? You don't see any suppressing here. The police is there just to be sure that things will not get out of hand.
Now, everybody knows that you don't mess with people's food delivery. Hungry people will do crazy things. And the rioters' protest quickly took effect. It seems like the Hangzhou police station were also waiting for some of the lunch orders. Just kidding. But they urgently notified that all property management companies asked their security guards not to find the rioters and avoid conflicts with them. Now, the question is, will these security guards listen? All right, just before we continue, if you haven't done already, please check out our merchandise shop at...
We are not buying our stuff. Thank you.
...into a cartoon and placed on a shirt. So if you want to buy anything related to China Insider and you want to...
But if you want to support my channel debunking all those lies about China, leave a comment, subscribe, leave a like, and let's go.
For this channel, consider checking out davidzhang.net, which also includes 3 tiers of membership options. I will be releasing some exclusive behind-the-scenes videos and pictures. Check out davidzhang.net. Someone even ordered a delivery request to have the delivery person go to the bathroom, drop his kids off at the pool, and then throw it at the security. Those that did participate in the protest, however, will have their delivery account suspended. Not sure if temporary or permanent. And this is being reported online.
This is not going to happen.
The government has taken over, and these delivery drivers may have just lost their jobs for wanting to support a fellow worker in the industry. And there was also a live stream at the scene.
But you see, he has no proofs at all, but he's saying may have lost their jobs. Where's the proof? Why are you mentioning that if you have no proof about it?
But it was suddenly cut and the live stream was suspended. And a CCP official made his way onto the scene trying to, I guess, reason, but then he was also quickly escorted away and had bottles and stuff thrown at him on his way out.
Where is the CCP official? Where it is? Who it is on this image?
This has essentially been a culmination of delivery drivers who have to constantly deal with security guards in front of these residential areas. You could say that the guards abuse their power to stop deliveries, but...
Yes, of course, China has problems. It's 1.4 billion people country. Of course, there is this kind of problems. What in Brazil we call like small power syndrome. Like the guard thinks he has power because he's just a gate guard, and then he punches over the delivery man. It happens in China. China is not perfect.
At the same time, it's consistently painting the theme that these people who are living essentially at the bottom of income or at the sort of the food chain, they're miserably fighting each other for these very small sort of gains, to even call them that.
Then let's just play some random videos with no context at all, right? What's happening in those videos? Nobody knows, no context. Let's just play those videos.
After years of videos showing the bottom class in China, by the way, this is what the CCP
Interesting, he called these people bottom class. Why so, right?
calls them, the low-end class population or the bottom class, of them having intra-class struggle. Security guards blocking delivery drivers, restaurant owners having these disputes and fights with the delivery drivers. Obviously, it's a mixture of power trips, stressful delivery timing, and just competition in general. Some of this stuff is bound to happen at some point. And perhaps the biggest irony of it all is that a movie recently came out in China called Upstream. And it premiered basically just days before this happened. It's about a story of a delivery man who used to be a software engineer, lost his job, had to pay for all the costs that he's racked up over the, basically he had to get the delivery job and somehow succeeding in it. And obviously this was a very distant take from the reality of what delivery driving is like in China. And the
All the delivery drivers in China, they are suffering like crazy, right?
movie got criticisms from internet users calling it, quote, robbing poor people's money in a movie theater where rich actors play a job for the poor.
Where is this critics? Show us. Where it is? No source, no nothing. Just mentioning things. Let's not show anything.
Now, obviously, the movie is trying to reflect or paint the reality in China that more people are having to take up delivery jobs because they used to have a high-paying job, but since the economy is so bad, that's not the case anymore.
Common economy is so bad. China is growing over 5% this year, but the economy is so bad. United States is growing like 0 point something. The UK is growing 0.2. You don't see anyone talking about United States is collapsing, the UK is collapsing, but China somehow is growing 5% in 2024. It grew almost 6% in 2023, and China is collapsing. Run to the hills.
More. And the main character, like I said in the movie, was a software programmer or software engineer. He was laid off, so basically, his pressure to go make a living doing food delivery. And even though this is like the reality in China, obviously, the question is, the movie is not really pinning the blame on the government or the Chinese Communist Party for causing that reality. What it's doing is depicting.
It's funny, those guys, they say that China is capitalist, China now is a free market because Deng Xiaoping opened the country and it so on and so on. And when this kind of things happen, it's the Communist Party fault. It's not the free market
this
fault.
As if it's something that's going to change just because they've started to talk about it. And sure, it's not a good time for this type of movie to come out, because precisely the reason why people were angry that caused the protest to begin with, or trying to vent their frustration, it's because that they know no matter what they do, at the end of the day, they're living through this experience. Whereas,
again, random videos, no context, no dates. How do we know these videos are from last week? Or this week, actually, it was this week.
The movie, came out amidst this turbulent period. It does make sense if you think about it. If imagine there was a movie
turbulent period. Well, as I say in every video, I am living in China. And I don't see this. I really don't see these situations, oh yeah, China is so bad, China is turbulent, China is collapsing. Where? Really, where? It's amazing.